Morning, everybody. Happy Friday. So, the title of my video today is 3 mindset tips and how it can change everything. So, before we get started, if you guys are watching live, please say hello. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay so I can come back later and say hi to you. If you guys are watching this on Facebook right now, I would encourage you to go over to YouTube and click the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications every time that I come live so you don't miss anything. So, my phone always goes off whenever I do a live, and I always forget to silence it. Does that ever happen to you guys? So mindset relating to self-love has been a really big part of my own personal development. Self-love for me has really been an inward journey, and it took me a long time to figure out that my outer appearance still would not fix my inner feelings of myself. So even from a young age where I was really too young to even realize it, that my outside body was not what my mind was telling me. So my mind was telling me, you're big, you're fat, you're ugly, you're worthless, all those things. From a child, I remember thinking that of myself. And that was all a mindset thing. Like, that was all what I had put in my mind. And looking back at photos and looking back at myself in high school, even, I wasn't, like, the picture in my mind was not matching up with who I was on the outside. And of course, we all look back at pictures and be like, oh, I wish I was like that. But it's not even that. It's just, I wish I had the mindset that I do now, that I did then, because things I would have showed up, I think, a little bit differently. So if that's something that resonates with you and you kind of feel like you have had a similar thing happen to you in your life, then hopefully these next couple tips will help you to improve your mindset, and which is going to really change everything about how you're showing up for life. So my first tip is to invest in you. And when I say invest, I don't mean just financially. I mean mentally, emotionally, physically investing in yourself. Because as moms, as women, we tend to put ourselves last. We tend to not spend money on ourselves. We tend not to, take that time to either do a meditation or go for a walk or go to a yoga class or watch a YouTube video and follow along, any kind of like physical, mental, emotional, or financial investment. When you put yourself first for once, then you'll actually be able to improve your mindset. Because you are putting yourself first, right? And when you do that, you're going to get to know yourself better than you did before, which means then you're going to improve your confidence. You're going to improve your self-love. You're going to do all these things that are going to help change the way that your brain is thinking about yourself, right? And then, like, take the day off when you need to. Take that training that interests you, that can better yourself. Just, investing in yourself is really a really good path to changing your mindset. And it's consistent work too, you guys. Like, it's not that I take this course or I do this thing once and it's gonna change my mindset and I'm good. Like, it's something that you have to work on every single day. And invest in every single day. And like, when I say invest, I don't mean financially. I mean investing in yourself every day, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, whatever it is, right? It doesn't have to cost money. So that is my first tip. And then another thing that I struggle with sometimes too is focusing on the positive. So often a lot of us have probably had a lifetime of negative thinking, of feeling that, telling ourselves we're not good enough, telling ourselves we're not beautiful, telling ourselves we're not worthy. But the cool thing is that our brain can actually change that. We can change our brain, but that all depends on how we're in control of that, right? Like, we're in control of how well it happens, how quickly it happens, and that all depends if we're willing to put the work in. And then also looking at situations, that there is a positive side to every situation, which once again is not something that is necessarily easy. You can be in a situation and be stuck in the muck and feeling like there's no positive to this. And honor that moment and give yourself that grace to be in that moment of and hold space for yourself of like, it's okay right now to feel that way, but I do need to get out of it eventually. So I really try and do this in my own life of when situations come up where I feel like it's a negative or it's a horrible thing's happened. Um, and like, yeah, it's when little situations happen. Like, I'm not saying big situations aren't horrible and you shouldn't think they're horrible, because they often can be. Uh, but those little things that happen in your day to day, whether it be an argument with a coworker, or whether it be that you burnt supper, or whether it be that you spilt your coffee everywhere, uh, or you had a confrontation with someone. I don't know, something broke down. I don't know. Like, there's all these little things that happen in our everyday lives that if you tend to find yourself sticking in the muck with them and just never seeing the positive side to them, then that's how you're going to not be focusing on the positive. You're going to be focusing on the negative. So just trying to reflect when you're ready to be reflecting on positive things that may have happened out of that situation. So that's my second tip. And then my third tip is that failure is a positive. So often when we fail or when we make a mistake, we feel like, that's it for us. There's no hope, there's no point in trying. And the thing that we need to remember is that success is learning from your mistakes. So it's being able to say that this happened, I'm going to learn from it, I'm going to grow from it, and I'm going to move forward from it, right? And that's definitely something I've worked on in the last couple of years is having that aspect of knowing that things happen for a reason, and that we can try and focus on that. Everyone fails, like, absolutely everyone fails. Like, if you talk to any successful person, they're not going to tell you that they never failed and that it just all happened for them, right? Because if it always worked out, then we would never learn anything. So those were kind of my 3 tips that I wanted to share with you guys about some mindset tips that could change everything. My bonus one that is, once again, one that I struggle with too sometimes, and I have to catch myself, is stop playing the comparison game, you guys. So if you doubt yourself and that you will never be as good enough as someone else, like if you are a person that is constantly looking at the people around you and looking from a place of like, I will never be them, how are they so successful and I'm not? When am I gonna get there? Like in my business especially, like I'll find myself sometimes looking at other people and be like, oh, they have that offering and it's going really well, so why isn't mine going really well? I'm not doing a good job. And then I start to doubt myself, right? And though that doubt creeps in, and then you start to play that comparison game, and it doesn't help you. Like, it doesn't benefit you. You're really entering yourself into a competition that you will never win. You are not that person. You will never be that person. You did not have the same journey as that person. You may be at a different point in your journey than that person is. Not to say you won't get there, but instead of looking at comparing yourself to other people, look at comparing yourself to yourself. Like, look at yourself 5 years ago to now, let's say, and look at the growth that you have accomplished over the last 5 years. Or, whether it be any of these goals we're talking about, or any of these growth things that we're talking about, whether it be physical growth, mental growth, spiritual growth, all these things that we can look at to be like, hey, you know what? 5 years ago, I would have never been brave enough to do this, or I would have never thought that I could do this, and look at me, I'm doing these things. So really really stop looking at other people, and I know it's hard because I am guilty of it as well, but really looking at not comparing yourself to others, because it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Don't do it. So yes. So those were my kind of tips I wanted to share with you guys this morning, of some mindset things that have helped me, and that it's good for me to even think about again, to be like, hey, I need to remember these things, and I need to keep myself in check, because sometimes you tend to like think that you have it together and then you don't, and then it all falls apart, and then it's really hard to get it back. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to chat with you guys. If you are not watching this in my free community, I have a group of women who are empowering each other to love themselves exactly as they are, as their imperfectly perfect selves. We focus on self-love at any size. So if this is a group that is calling to you that you think you could benefit from being in, the link is in the description of this video. And what else did I want to share with you guys? If you are in the group already, but you're wanting to kind of learn more and kind of continue your personal development journey, I have 3 different ways that you can start to kind of dive into some of the things that I am helping women with. I have a journaling course, harnessing the power of crystals course, and a mindful eating and yoga program. So those are 3 ways that you can work with me. The yoga and mindful eating program has been the most recent launch, and that one only has 3 spots left at the introductory pricing, and then after that the price will be going up. So if you were thinking about starting some gentle movement, ditching the diet mentality, and finding exercise that you love, then this could be a really great program for you to take. And then quickly before I go, I have a self-love through the chakras program focusing on self-love at any size. It's a group coaching program that will be starting this fall. So if you want to get put on the waiting list, there is 5 spots left in that program. So if you are interested in that, just please message me or comment below the word self-love or the words self-love and I'll be sure to put you on that list, and you will be the first to know when that program is launching and if you want to be a part of it. So I think that's all. I had to share with you guys. I was up super early this morning. I think it was like, well, for me it's early. I think it was like 5:55 when I woke up and I just couldn't go back to sleep. So here I am. I wanted to do a video since I was up and had myself put together before work. So anyway, hope you guys have the best day, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye.